All right, guys, here we're talking about Season 3, Episode 19 of The Twilight Zone.
How you doing?
I'm doing. I actually like this episode quite a bit.
Interesting.
I can't remember anything about it, though, but I remember I enjoyed
it. It was kind of a roller coaster. I did also like it, but for a while, it's hard for me to give up all the feelings that I had where I didn't like it.
What parts did you like?
I am about to elaborate.
Let's hear it.
The point. So for a while, it's like, you're dead. You're obviously dead. What's wrong with you, you stupid fuck? You're dead, right? Where he's like, who's in that box? Oh, they just don't want to talk about. Oh, they lost the dog. Oh, whatever. It's like so. I'm like, wow. Even for the Twilight Zone, this is so obvious. This is so telegraphed.
Yes.
I hate this so much. But then thank God. Luckily, it turns out like
thanks Saint Peter.
Like St. Pete, it turns out like, well, that's not the point of the episode. Like the like twist is not that he's dead. He's obviously dead, which is good because he was obviously dead, right? And that redeemed it like quite a bit. We went all the way, but I still can't give up like my feelings about the like 10 minutes that I spent like not enjoying the episode.
His charming country sensibilities really took me through the parts that would have I think enraged me if another person was doing it.
Okay.
I really liked his whole approach to everything.
And
because a lot of things that Twilight Zones really have for them is the monologues. They have these great monologues with great actors, and I thought that we got both of those there. I liked the whole shtick. It did subvert my expectations.
Big time.
Where your mind thinks, you'll go past heaven and he'll meet a guy, and then oh no, he ended up in hell or something. Or maybe he will go to dog heaven. Who knows how this is going? I
wasn't sure where they were going with it. Part of me was like, oh, this is going to be like a lesson about moving on and like death and like how it works, or like that was just a test and like because of man and dog and he loves them and then now or like whatever, right? But it turned out like heaven is just down the road and it's perfect for you.
Yes.
Like we got a square dance later and then we're doing the coon hunt and we're doing everything you're into, and by the way, snap, I'm like dressed like you and everything is great or whatever, and it kind of made me think like, oh, heaven is just like exactly what you what like you would expect though.
Supernatural does a thing like this where you have your own personal heavens, and you're just like in a room in a hotel essentially that is the reality you need
for you. Yeah.
And I like that
because you should have
like that. Even the road is probably tailored to him. Everything about it is.
Because you should have a personal hell as well, right?
Yes.
But you should have the personal... Yeah, it was like a nice feeling. And then he says, oh, and like your wife's on the way, which I thought was a little weird, but whatever.
Oh, she'll be along soon.
Yeah, he's
like...
Good.
And he's like happy about it now. I'm like, oh, she's going to die.
Oh, great, she'll die. And it's like, oh, great, what?
It makes sense.
But yes.
Especially you're older... Usually people don't last long without the other person, but then especially back then when it's like, well, he got the food. I don't know.
No, that's a real thing, and I'm even like to this day, say like die of a broken heart, like someone. Yeah. It seems like, and they even say they've been together for so long, like their whole relationship stuff in the beginning was dope.
You think that he's a guy who works on the property at first because he's like, all right, old woman, all right, old man. Like,
exactly.
Can't bring that dog in here.
Thank God.
Like, they have that same conversation every day?
Thank God that happened to you, too. Because, like, once he's like, I'm fitting in to kiss you, I was like, oh, wait a minute, what is this? What's happening here? Yeah. You have a whistle that you can blow? Do you have mace? What is he doing? And then it's like, have your supper, sit down, I don't want you to do that tonight, or whatever. And like, oh, wait, okay, yeah.
But I like it. I like that hell also, like... There's like the misty smoke, which I took at first to be like the clouds of heaven, right? But really, that's like the smoldering smoke of hell,
the brimstone.
And I love that. I thought that was a nice little touch.
Yeah. So like we're dancing around it, but that's the whole thing. Is he's walking on like the eternity road or whatever, and he gets like maybe what's the word? Like someone's trying to swindle him. The guy's like, "Come over here. You're going right to heaven. Come this way." But his dog is like.
In like a modern, like the box, like a security guard would be outside of an apartment complex or something.
Yeah, and like he frames it all up, like conning him into going into into hell or whatever. Which is such an interesting concept. Like you get to pick where your like spirit goes, and like hell obviously would like trick you or something like that.
Yeah.
And heaven's got like procedures and stuff.
What would make any normal person, like if you didn't happen to die with your dog, wouldn't almost everybody go to hell? Because there were no tells.
Yeah.
You've never been here before. You have nothing to expect. A man says, "I'm Saint Peter." You're like, "Of course you are." All right, I'm dead.
Well, does he doesn't actually. He like lies. I remember thinking back on that.
What does he say? He says like, "Are you Saint Peter?" What does he respond to that with?
he says something like, guard the gate or something like he doesn't.
I thought he said like, yes, I.
Okay, maybe it does.
Like, but it wouldn't be past a demon or whatever to lie.
Well, yeah, but it occurred to me that like heaven and hell have like rules or something like that, and like
Sure.
like I feel like if you like rewatched this episode, you might be like, oh wow, this was like perfect, where like he didn't actually say that's heaven and this is that. I think he does,
I did, and I'm sure it was intentional. I got the extreme thoughts that the actual St. Peter guy was a swindler just because of how, because all his excuses, while logical, sounded kind of made up and dumb.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog, he wouldn't let a dog in there. Dog would know in 2 seconds if he was actually in hell. You'd think this about? I'm like, what? The dog would know? What?
Dogs know about hell?
I'm like, how often do people die with dogs that there would even be an experience like this?
No, this is like a weird thing, and like he even like highlights that, like, well, is she gonna have trouble? It's like, oh no, she won't have any problems with that guy or something like that. And, like,
why won't she? What makes her so different than you? Like,
I don't know, but I was willing to be like, okay, because the point of this whole thing, he says at one point, like, what is this? Dog's got a right to have a man around, just like a man's got a right to have a dog around. Ought to be happy, or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah.
All these weird things, like
do coons go to heaven? Like, what? No. I love the idea that there's hunts and killings.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
in heaven.
Raccoons go to heaven, but only to be like repeatedly murdered.
Seemingly.
Which is like a mixed bag for them. No, it was they basically took man's best friend and like walked into hell or like whatever, like a few kind of phrases and smashed them together to create an episode about like what if these things meant something more than what they mean or whatever. I thought it was very charming.
No,
I enjoyed this episode.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, I enjoy like that old country what like a Mayberry attitude type of person.
Yeah.
It was good. I had no real complaints with like other than them subverting my expectations, which isn't really a complaint. That's like, oh, cool,
no.
They got me.
No, and like for me, like I said, it like saved it, because for a long time I'm like, if he just goes to the graveyard and is like, wait a minute, and then someone finally says his name and he goes, oh no, I'm dead, and it's like, oh my god, yes, you're dead. You're so obviously dead, you idiot.
Yeah,
this is clearly that you're dead. Yeah, like that would have very much bothered me. But I like how like the weird magic of like fake, death, Stephen King, Twilight Zone, weird, like he's trying to follow them to the graveyard, but he ends up somewhere else, and then it sort of just takes its turn or whatever. Like, I like that.
I never seen this road before.
And the guy's like, oh no, this is like Eternity Road. Like you can go or whatever, but I'll see you on the flip side, because like there's no way out now, or whatever. And that like reminded me of the episode where all the dead soldiers are walking home, right? There's this weird. It's a weird like American magic supernatural like thing that happens into Lincoln or whatever. Yeah, right. Lincoln will be there. Everybody playing like a weird guitar made out of like a cardboard box or something like that.
Yeah. That's pretty much everything that happens in this episode.
No, yeah, there's not much else to it. I don't think I wrote. That was
Any final thoughts?
That was the only line that I wrote down. We covered the square dance. We covered. He phrased it like, "Yeah, she'll be along directly," or something like that, with like Rachel, his wife, or something. And he was extremely happy. I like
that about him.
Okay, yes.
I liked his whole disposition was that of a very happy, good-tempered man.
Yes. And like he's happy that she's going to heaven, but like the implication is that, oh no, she'll be dead soon. She'll be on the ground, clutching her chest, scared or whatever.
Well, I think once you know there is a heaven,
yes.
you're like, yeah, kill them all, bring them up.
Kill them all, let's go, got a coon hunt tonight.
Yeah.
Or whatever. No. So like based on the beginning, right? So that like the middle 10 minutes kind of rocky for me, but based on the beginning and ending 5 minutes, I'm super psyched about them going to basically keep doing that stuff in the cabin and coon hunting and his dog.
Yeah.
But in heaven now forever. Like I actually got very like,
this is
nice.
Biscuits and gravy every night.
Yeah, this is pretty good. So charmed.
That's it. All right, guys. Let us know what you thought about that in the comments below. That's what we thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.